Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror media. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at the first 2 seasons of Sunny Family Cult, a series created by Crypt TV in 2017. If you haven't checked out Crypt TV yet, make sure you do, because it's a high-quality channel putting out spooky monster videos 3 days a week, which still blows my friggin' mind, dude. Just hit them up in the video description, where you'll also find links to the seasons 1 and 2 supercuts I'll be using for the Sunny Family Kill Count. Sunny Family Cult follows a self-professed family of people who revel in upending the banality of everyday life. Through murder, they wear simple yet kind of creepy masks, and they think that they're ultimately helping humanity with what they're doing, even if sometimes their very own members waver in this belief. With an ideology centered around killing, you know there's about to be a bunch of kills, so let's get to them. Season 1 begins with a rousing meeting of masked people saying they disrupt normal life to show what's truly important. Ethos. We've got an ethos here, people. This couple, Elias and Karen, say they're going out on a date, but their young daughter Taylor whines about not being able to go with them. You know, average kid stuff, wanting to see your parents make out on a date, no big deal. Karen tells Taylor to grow up and be a big girl.
Don't be a victim, nobody likes that.
So they leave her with the babysitters and hit the road, Jack. During their drive, Mommy and Daddy almost hit a confused looking dude in the middle of the road, and they offer him a ride as an apology. Hell, they pretty much force it on him. Too bad he needs a pit stop like right the fuck away. Damn it, hitchhiker, I told you to pee before we left. His small bladder pisses them off so much that they come at him with those sunny masks on.
Oh, don't run.
You won't get far.
One hatchet strike later, and hitchhiker's down with a bag over his head. Back at home, Taylor watches as a bunch of people arrive at her home. When she calls them strangers, babysitter Raymond says, "Nah, man, this house is like the Olive Garden." When they're here,
they're family.
After Taylor is ostensibly put to bed, Karen and Elias arrive back home with the hitchhiker, and we're back to that cold open speech about the banality of life and such. As Taylor sneakily watches, her dad says old blood must be spilled for new blood, so it looks like this is an initiation for this chick, who slits the hitchhiker's throat, killing him ceremoniously. Well, at least he got to pee before he died. Usually that happens right after. Taylor is shocked at the murder. Shocked, I say, and that alerts the others to her presence, so Karen has a little bathroom chat with her and explains how they just get rid of bad people, but also make sure you don't tell anyone about this. Okay, hugs! Episode 2 begins with some mask packing. Taylor wants to join in on whatever duffel bag adventures await, but her parents, especially Karen, are still giving it a no-go. It sounds like something else is up too.
Someone else is pretending to be us.
Yeah, there are some pseudo-family cult killings going on, and apparently they've killed a child, which sounds like a taboo, so, you know, at least they have that as a rule. Taylor grabs a mask for herself and goes to a neighbor's house, where she puts on a porch-side show about how she's locked out of her house. While they're inside, the dude brings up the aforementioned child murder, which might sound random, but as we're about to see through some more house guests that he gets, it's actually because this dude is the Sunny Family copycat.
You got it all wrong. We don't kill children.
He gets a knife in the gut from Elias and falls to the ground, and after a torso slit, we get ourselves another victim on the kill count. Despite the successful vengeance, Elias is not very happy with Taylor's independent interference and tells her she better shape up. Woo, woo, woo. Episode 3 begins with, well, looks like Taylor shaped up, or at least grew up to be this chick who looks like the leads of Jennifer's body were combined into a single person. What would that be, a Megan Foxfried? Anyway, she's going underwear dipping with this dude Hal in another person's pool while they're not home, those crazy horny kids. They chat about life and stuff while Hal shows off his immaculate torso of chest hair, but when a light comes on in the supposedly empty house, they run and hide in the pool shack or wherever, where Taylor wants to take this relationship to the next level and introduce Hal to her family. He tries to talk his way out of getting murdered, and surprisingly, it seems to work on Taylor, who goes to leave. But Elias stops her and carries out the stabbing without her, sticking the dude in the gut with a knife. He tries to make Taylor earn a participation trophy, but she refuses. Great for her morality, I guess, but that dude still died, so maybe you could have found your change of heart back in the pool or something. Elias has a little father-daughter talk, where he expresses his disappointment with Taylor's lack of murder.
I thought we were over this rebellious teenager thing.
She promises she'll do better at murder, so she calls up another dude, credited as Tavis here, and invites him over. Episode 4 was actually the first episode released, and the 3 we just watched were made as prequels, so that's fun. It's 1982, and we see a guy on the side of the road peeing, which is maybe a motif now, until he's interrupted by a paper airplane that unfolds to show a bloody symbol inside. Then he gets ganged up on and stabbed by a couple wearing plaid shirts and masks. As they walk away from his dead body, we hear narration saying the last known Sunny Cult murder took place in 2015. They've become the stuff of legend, as Taylor's friends talk about it at their cool youth hang sesh. That's what you guys call them, right? Cool youth hang sesh? As with most get-togethers involving horny teens, the kids turn to truth or dare to pass the time, and this dude Aaron dares Taylor to go make out with him in the closet? Dude, you can't just dare people to make out with you, otherwise that's the only dare that would ever happen. In the closet, Taylor gets aggressive with him, and when she comes back out by herself, all splattered in blood, saying the dude's dead, her friends just think she's telling a lame joke. That is, until they check it out for themselves and find out that sure enough, Aaron's dead. He's really dead. I guess those 7 minutes wound up taking him to heaven after all. The lights go out, and when they come back on, there's another body hit the floor, this other chick, Jessa. Looks like she had her throat slit there. Yep, that'll usually do the trick, huh? The two remaining dudes are freaking out and find a paper airplane on the ground that looks like it belongs to the SFAF, that Sunny Family Air Force. Then a Sunny Family troop appears. It's Taylor with a mask on. She rushes Dan and stabs him with her knife. But with this kill, they give us a nice gory shot of intestines coming out. Kind of like that Scream 4 kill that was so cool. Taylor starts coming on to the last guy, Taven from the last episode, but credited here as Kyle, and tells him that this murder stuff is super fun and he should join the Sunny family. But as soon as he mentions the cops, she goes nuts on his abdomen, stabbing him a ton of times and getting real messy with it. Yeah, that's a lot of blood. He did. Taylor's parents come downstairs, played by different actors here since this was before they were recast for the rest of the series, and congratulate her on her kills. Also, I know the chick playing the mom here. I worked at a comedy theater with her. Season 1 ends with a Sunny family selfie, Taylor's victims in the background. Season 2 begins with Taylor chilling out against the wall, thinking back to all the good times she had in Season 1. Her memories, all alone in the moonlight, seem to be focused on the empty chairs her murder spree left behind, and the chick behind her, Jaina, suspects that the missing students are all dead. After school, Jaina tries to strike up a friendship, but that might be hard with Taylor's murder family thing. Hey, speak of the killer, Mom's here to pick her up from school and ask her what she wants to do for her upcoming 17th birthday. But Taylor's too busy being all morose to care, so at dinner, Elias gets on her case about being such a negative Nancy. You have a good, loving murder family here, young lady. Start showing some gratitude. She retreats to her room and starts writing in a diary about the regret she's been feeling.
When all you know is fire, are you destined to spend your life watching the world burn?
The episode ends with some dude on the side of the road looking at a picture of Taylor and her family. Dun dun dun. Episode 2 begins with a kill. There are 2 Sunny family members taking a hatchet to this dude on the ground. We'll see this kill a few more times, so remember that I already counted it here. Also, looks like one of the masked men isn't too eager to join in. In a voiceover, Taylor talks about how she's struggling with the pressures of being the very model of a modern major murderer. But her Bleacher Time daydreaming is interrupted by this dude Roger, who introduces himself as a substitute teacher and who talks to Taylor cryptically about how things and people change over time. She's like, "Okay, bye," and runs off to sit in class by herself until Jaina shows up and the two of them get the bright idea to hold hands and skip school together, not knowing there's a Sunny family stalker watching them tee-hee away. They have a fun and fancy-free afternoon full of friendly bike riding and Polaroid selfies, and then they decide to sneak into the school after dark. There they have a slow-motion blast, jumping off chairs and drinking labelless beers, but then they get chased out of the library by an axe-wielding hoodied guy wearing a Sunny-style mask. They run outside where Elias rolls up to yell at Taylor for missing out on their quarterly Sunny family meeting. She gets mad in return that he'd stick a stalker on her, but he says they'd never do that to her. That means the hoodied up axe guy might be a rogue Sunny family man. Episode 3 continues right away with Elias's discipline, where he tells Taylor that if she wants to become the face of the family, there is no effing normal. Taylor takes to her diary again to complain that she doesn't know what her life is anymore, and that she wants to be her own person, not a Sunny family clone. The next day, she's hanging out by a lamppost when that Roger dude just happens to come across her again.
Are you stalking me?
What? No. Not at all.
Sounds like something a stalker would say. He says he was offered a full-time teaching position and they make formal introductions before he runs off. Like, you know, literally. He's working on his fitness. Taylor meets up with her new friend and summer buddy Jaina, who's brought her boyfriend Lance along for the birthday festivities. Looks like Taylor wasn't expecting this, and since she thinks 3's a crowd, she stabs Lance in the chest multiple times with the knife. Only that was just a fantasy, and it looks like she's just been staring into space that whole time.
She's kind of weird.
Haha, yeah, dude, but she's also right there. She can hear you. They get together that night for birthday cake on the bed, which is how you end up sleeping in crumbs. But despite all the fun Taylor's having as a third wheel, Elias does not approve of these new strangers in his house. Good thing they're on their way out. Jaina takes off to go handle some family business, but when Lance takes a closer look at his bike, he sees it has a flat tire. Right when Taylor comes out to see what's going on, the hoodie dude from the library sneaks up on Lance and stabs him a whole bunch of times in the back and the side. I bet the official Sunny family movie is Scream. They just love to get their stabby stab on. The assailant runs off, leaving a note with the bloody Sunny family symbol on it and that picture of Taylor and her family. What's up with that? Episode 4 starts with a disembodied arm in the forest, found by a cop named Robin who calls it in. Looks like Robin is the mother of this mean girl from school, Allie, who was shown to be a real bee in the bathroom to Taylor back in episode 201.
Useless gutter trash.
Ellie's extending that kind of glaring judgment to Jaina when she walks in to grab a couple of coffees for her and Taylor to chat over. During the chat, Jaina mentions that she got a text from Lance last night blowing her off, so sounds like she's still in the dark about Lance's whole being murdered situation. Meanwhile, Taylor can't recall what even happened to her after she saw Lance die. It's all a fugue for her. Allie's mom is working on her Homeland board at home, which I guess inspires Allie to go check out that armed crime scene for herself. But waiting for her there isn't just an arm, it's 2 arms attached to a body, and they're holding an axe. The hoodied killer chases Allie Allie down, swinging his axe like a madman at her. She winds up tumbling into a forest ditch where she sees the body of Lance, though not in an identifiable way. The killer swings his axe and gets her in the side, but when he's lined up for the kill shot, he seemingly intentionally misses her head. Looked out there, Allie. The episode ends with Roger approaching Jaina at the coffee shop and telling her that they need to talk, and Taylor writing in her diary, wondering what happened to Lance's body and what exactly happened to her after his death. Episode 5 starts with a guy tied up and bloody. This dude, Patrick, is apparently on Sunny Family trial for trying to abandon the cult status since he can't handle all the murdering anymore.
This is not a family. This is a butcher shop.
But the price for desertion is death, so Patrick becomes a pincushion for the rest of the family to inflict their fucked up sense of justice upon, getting stabbed by everyone that surrounds him. After a little bit of hesitation, even Taylor joins in on the Orient Express execution as proud Papa Elias stands to the side and watches. Elias says that whoever's been going off on their own needs to cut that shit out, cause this a family, yo, and they do everything together.
As one.
Later on, when he's cleaning up the execution scene, he worries aloud to Karen about Taylor's faith in the family. Wouldn't want to have to put her on trial too, you know? Back at the coffee bar, Roger approaches Taylor to admit that he hasn't been entirely honest. He's not actually a teacher, he's a cop, and he thinks she might be in danger. Meanwhile, in the woods, Allie takes her mom to the forest ditch where she swears she saw a body, but there's nothing there now, so Mama Robin just thinks Allie's lying to get attention. Allie gets her friends Tia and Hannah to help her look for clues, and that's when Allie finds a Sunny Family hieroglyph. Later on, I think at the coffee shop, they're looking at it together when this dude Andy walks by and recognizes what it is, which gets Allie peaked. Boom, episode 6, which starts off with another clip of that hatchet murder we saw before, of this dude, again, already on the count, getting hacked up by a couple of Sunny Family bros. Elias goes to Taylor's room and apologizes for being kinda hard on her lately, explaining that he just wants her to fulfill her murdery potential, but that no matter what, he'll protect her. Andy tells Allie and her friends about a past Sunny Family cult murder when they killed a high-power attorney as she begged for her life. So thanks for the story time, dog. You gave us another kill for the count. They all resolve to figure out if the Sunny Family cult is behind the missing kids in class, too. Well, all except Hannah.
I don't want to die.
None of us do. They go through Allie's mom's files, and Tia finds something that seems pretty interesting to them. This storyline leaves off with Allie calling her mom while looking at this picture of, well, to be real with y'all, I have a slight case of facial blindness, and I can't tell if I'm supposed to know these characters or not. Is that Allie herself? I don't know, I'm sorry. Let me know in the comments. Meanwhile, Taylor and Jaina chat about Roger and the whole him being a cop thing, with Taylor thinking he seems a little off.
And a little hot.
Haha, you said it, Jaina, not me. Also, Jaina tells Taylor that they need to talk more later because she hasn't told her everything. Interesting. Later on, Taylor comes home to find that hot fuzz at her place, and he asks her to come down to the station with him because he's learned some new information. She reluctantly agrees and gets in the car with him, but looks like that was a mistake because they drive right past the police station and she realizes there's a hoodie and an axe in his back seat. We finally get more insight on that recurring Hatchet Brothers kill, which took place in 1995 and was done by Roger himself, who was trying to get a more reluctant Elias in on the action.
We're family. Maybe you should start trying a little harder.
The season ends with Taylor realizing she's in some shit now. Lots of cliffhangers that we'll pick back up in season 3, but one thing we can close the book on is the number of kills we just saw. Let's count them up! 12 people died in these episodes of Sunny Family Cult, 8 in season 1 and 4 in season 2. The victims consisted of 10 men and 2 women, so looks like Sunny Family plays favorites. With a runtime of 24 minutes, season 1 had a kill on average every 3 minutes, and with a runtime of 40 minutes, season 2 slowed it down a whole bunch and had a kill on average every 10 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Dan in season 1. I'm a sucker for eviscerations. You show me intestines and you can show me the dotted line, cause I'll sign for it. Dalmashay for lamest kill will go to Aaron, since it happened off screen and since the poor guy probably died with blue balls. And that's it. Sunny Family Cult is currently on Crypt TV and will return for season 3 in the spring, so check the links in the description or click right up here to watch all of seasons 1 and 2 and prepare yourself. In the meantime, you can watch all the other scary content that Crypt TV offers, including 3 new videos every week. Next weekend I'll be ranking Crypt TV monsters for you, but until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching my Kill Count on Sunny Family Cult. One of the unexpected benefits of this partnership with Crypt TV is the swag they gave me. This bloodstained sweater is like the coolest thing. I love it. It's so comfy. It says Sunny Family Cult right here on right there. It says Sunny Family Cult. There's still time for you to email me your favorite monsters and kills from any Crypt TV short. Got a special video for you on Monday. I'll see you then. Be good people.